What's up, everybody? Jay here for JHP. Welcome back. Today we're going to take a look at an older WWE Elite action figure. This one from Series 77, which was a SummerSlam series. And this is the debut of the Fiend, Bray Wyatt. Now we'll get to the figure in a moment, which, by the way, I think is very good. On this side, you get a live shot of him from a wrestling event. And here we have a close-up picture. On the back, you get a little bit of stats. Coming in at 285 pounds and 6'3", a former Universal, WWE, and Raw Tag Team Champion at this time. A little bit of info about Bray Wyatt. He is the grandson of legend Blackjack Mulligan, the nephew of Barry and Kendall Windham, also legends, the son of Mike Rotunda, himself a former WWF at the time tag team champion with the $1 Million Man, and the brother of Bo Dallas. Bray Wyatt's real name is Wyndham Rotunda, and when he made his WWE debut, he was going by the name of Husky Harris, was part of the Nexus. That didn't work out so well, so they sent him back down to FCW, which later merged into NXT, and that's where he started developing the Bray Wyatt character. And the Bray Wyatt character at that time was kind of this kind of a cult leader from like the Bayou. And that whole character, when it came up to WWE, it was hit or miss for a while. He'd get going on a good run, and then, of course, they'd choose to have John Cena or someone else win. And then he disappeared for about a year, and when he came back with this whole new, like, crazy take on the character where he hosted, like, a kid's show called the Firefly Funhouse. And then when things got really hairy and he got really angry, or he would become possessed by this creature known as the Fiend. And he's had great matches with that. He debuted at SummerSlam 2019, taking on Finn Balor. A real big. He also fought Daniel Bryan. A real big highlight was a cinematic match where he took on John Cena, and in that match, he kind of said what everybody was thinking at the time about John Cena. But anyways, back to the action figure. This particular series also had AJ Styles, Ronda Rousey, Viscera, who is a really big guy from the Attitude Era, going way back with Ravishing Rick Rude and Miss Elizabeth, and of course the Fiend. And this one, I believe, came out a couple of years ago when they had the 2019 SummerSlam, and found it for a decent price. They had it for it came to $17 on Amazon. So anyway, let's open this thing up and take a look at the inside. And here we have Bray Wyatt out of the package, the Fiend. I brought out Otis, which is currently my only other WWE action figure from the Elite Collection, just for some comparisons on a couple things. Anyways, the first thing you'll notice is on the back of each box, it says Otis is 5'10". It says Bray Wyatt is 6'3". I have them both standing up as tall as possible, and Bray Wyatt is slightly taller. So there is some scale here, though I don't think it's completely accurate. Anyways, let's go ahead and start taking a look at Bray Wyatt. Now, Bray Wyatt comes with a couple of accessories. You get his lantern, which the lantern is... this lantern is the lantern that he started carrying as the Fiend, and is supposed to be the severed head of the former version of Bray Wyatt. And actually looks really cool on his entrance and all that. Speaking of his entrance, I do wish that this figure came with his entrance jacket. I do know there's an ultimate figure of the Fiend that does have the entrance jacket plus extra heads and whatnot. and I do plan on getting that one eventually. Needless to say, I am a huge mark for Bray Wyatt. I think the guy is completely underrated. He is so damn creative with what he comes up with, and the WWE just has not utilized him right. Um, Unfortunately, at the time of making this video, he had been released from the company a few months ago. Though I have a little thought that he will be coming back. If you want to know, I could go way deeper into his career and everything than I did, a minute ago. But honestly, I just don't have enough time in this video for that. If you want to know more about Bray Wyatt, I mean, just Google him or search WWE The Fiend or Bray Wyatt on YouTube, and you'll find plenty. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of the details here. Now, I'm gonna put this over here, and on this side, I'm gonna put a picture of actual Bray Wyatt. The sculpt on this is very, very good. Whoever's doing the sculpting over at Mattel needs to just get a raise because some of these are really, really good. I'll put a picture over. There should be a picture right here where you can do a comparison. Anyways, you got Bray Wyatt's tattoos, which look good. Um, Maybe a little too crisp in some places because his tattoos are kind of faded and whatnot. But you do the best you can, obviously. You have his hands. His hands have the gloves on them, the hurt heel gloves. You got hurt on his right hand, heel on his left. You also get other hands. Now, look, when he was packaged, he had both the open hands, but I already took one off and replaced it with one of the microphone holding hands, which you get a microphone holding hand for both arms. Good paint work on it with the stripes on his pants and whatnot. And let's go ahead and take a look at the articulation. You got good range of movement in the head. Great ab crunch as well as back crunch. Full range of movement in the arms. His elbows are single jointed. You get movement in the wrist as well as the bicep. Going down to his waist, you got twisting in the waist. Though, now his belt, I'm glad they included it, but his belt is not molded on that. It's just a painted buckle on there. I think that could be room for improvement. His legs are on ball joints. So guys out there that want to do customization can do that. His knees are double jointed. You also got twisting at the top of the boot, and then you have some ankle articulation. So you can really get good poses out of this thing. So I'm going to try to put him in a pose like he's setting up for one of his finishing moves, the Sister Abigail. And you know what? I'm going to use this. I can't even remember the character's name from the Ant-Man movie, but I'm going to use this Michael Pena action figure because why not? So that's about the best I could do with posing him. Uh, the Sister Abigail, he kind of cradles his opponent like you see here, and then kisses him on the forehead and flips them back onto their face and whatnot. But these WWE figures now are just a far cry from the WWF figures that I collected as a kid. I mean, when I was a kid, I had the old Hasbros and some of the old LJNs. And I mean, anybody that's had those knows there's like no posability. These new figures now are awesome. Lots of articulation and really, really good. And I mean, that's about it. That's a look at the Fiend Bray Wyatt from the WWE Elite Collection Series 77 from his debut at SummerSlam 2019. Definitely looking forward to getting more of these WWE action figures, but I don't know if I'm going to get any of the basics. I think I'm just going to stick to the Elites and maybe a few Ultimates here and there. There are a couple basics, like maybe tag team packs that I might get, but anyways, that's it for today. I want to thank you all for watching. Smash that like and subscribe button. It does help out the channel. Be sure to hit that bell icon so you get notified when I upload a new video. I know my videos have been a little scarce lately, but that's because I've changed jobs and kind of in between paychecks. Remember to always play with your kids, and as always, I'll see you next time.
Yeah.